What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Monday, September 12th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope everybody's doing well as always, and I appreciate you very much. Thanks for being here with me. All right, let's take a look at this horoscope without further ado. Sun's going to go from 19 to 20 degrees about midday. So sometimes when that happens, it can feel like a split day in some ways. Like we start off the energy, we wake up one way, we kind of go through the day, and we can kind of feel some kind of a shift taking place, dealing with our realities, day-to-day basis, work stuff. You know, it can feel like there's a lot on our shoulders in Virgo, and we got to kind of just grind through. It's very interesting. I do think we're going to start to feel like this Mars-Venus square that's building up over this week. I think we start to feel it, we're starting to feel it now, today. And I think this puts a lot of pressure on our mind because of course, being in two Mercury-ruled signs. Oh, I lost connection. There we go. And because Mercury is retrograde, of course, and still pretty much stationary, but starting to pick up some speed, but in Libra. So very interesting. I think that it's putting a lot of pressure here on our ability to act on the things that feel good in our life, the relationships, the people, maybe going over past conversations, going over like the relationships in our life. I think that it's kind of like big moments of like action for these things. Just conversations are going to be had. Things are going to be kind of reworked within ourselves. Maybe, come on. Anyways, if that comes back, it comes back. If not, I don't know. Maybe I can try something. Try and fix it. Disconnected. We'll go over here and we'll screen share over here. And then we will do a little crop. Meow. Meow. And here we are. Back to reality. Okay. So I think it is putting pressure, action about maybe our own inner dialogue about the things that we want to create in life and the relationships that we have. There's going to be things that are going to get sorted out here. That's how it goes. So we don't want to stress. I mean, it's Virgo season. Venus doesn't necessarily want to be here. It's here, but we definitely want to get particular about the things in life that do feel good and the action we need to take to make these changes. It's a mutable square. What are we really trying to identify with, and what makes sense? I think that we have things pretty much figured out. There's a common sense to it. We just need to be honest, open, express things, or we're working towards things getting really like a big build up to a very Also with the moon in Aries, we can be a little aggravated. We can definitely want to get things moving forward, which I think is good, but that moon's it's going to make aspects to Saturn with a sextile. It's going to square Pluto by the end of the day. I mean, we can definitely end up by the end of the day feeling like, something big, some big thing has to come out, or, feeling like we have to dedicate to ourselves with the moon in Aries, sextile Saturn, like the things in life that make us feel independent, individuated, moving towards our future. It's not like the easiest Monday. I feel like there's a lot of kind of like boiling emotion. And it's where we channel it. Like, where are you going to put the energy? Are you going to put it into the things in life that you want to make beautiful, the relationships that you want to, hash things out with, the conversations that need to be had, the alignment within yourself, just getting, back to feeling good in your environment and kind of getting into that me place. The moon will also start on Chiron, so it is vulnerable there, dealing with, of course, our own wounds. And we can be extra hard on ourselves in Virgo season. Like, we can be way too hard on ourselves. So I think we really do need to give ourselves some credit here. Try not to stress. Try not to take things too seriously when it's not yours to take care of. right? Like if it's another projection, you don't need to get so upset about it. Like this is like kind of like get back to focusing on yourself. Get back to focusing on the things that you're dialing up and the way you want things to be, and you'll be fine. But if you're worried about what everybody else thinks or pleasing other people so much, it might be a little difficult. It might feel like, gosh, why can't I please everybody? Like we can't please everybody, And I think that's where we're going to understand throughout this Mercury retrograde, especially here in Libra, is that, there's people on this planet and people in our lives that just get us, and there's an alignment and a frequency here, and it makes sense. And there's other people where it just doesn't. And I think we have to be okay with that in many ways. The sun's also coming off that trine over to Uranus, so we are in definitely shaky times, and it's getting ready to start, it's actually done quincunxing Saturn, but kind of finishing that up midday, up until the afternoon. So it's definitely, it reminds me of like trying really hard to plan out this perfect life, and life just throwing it back in your face like it's not perfect, it's not perfect, it's not perfect. And it's like, yeah, it's not. Life is never going to be perfect. So take what you can that makes you happy. Take the things that feel good. Do the things that make you feel good. Find the relationships that make you feel good. Shake things up for your individuated value system, and like don't stray from that path. Like own it. I think that's where, you will find solace, and it might not please everybody. And I think that that's the hard part of today, is maybe wanting to please people, maybe wanting to have things really justified in all corners, and it may or may not be able to go that way. And you want to stay true to yourself, be confident, love yourself. And hopefully if everything comes from a place of love, it's not really going to be too difficult. And the sun's getting ready to oppose Neptune as well. So, that's building up this week too. So there's a lot of energy that's trying to really connect us intuitively to something, really beautiful and creative. And let us kind of use a lot of like special gifts. But then there's also something about like you have to pay attention too. You can't just escape or go into dreamland. Like we do need to be a little serious. And maybe this week's a good reminder, like start off, with the facts. Start off with the serious things in life, and don't let the things that aren't serious to you get you into a weird pickle within yourself where you're doubting yourself or feeling like you're not smart enough. I feel like this is a very mental, like there's a lot of mental pressure with the two Mercury ruled signs, Virgo and Gemini. Mars and Venus there in square in a Mercury retrograde. We got to be careful about our thoughts, and especially our thoughts towards ourselves, and hope that, we're not going into detrimental places. We need to, stay positive and look at the beautiful things that can be created, and the imagination and the depth and the beauty that can come from that without just like feeling like a volcano is going to, But it does have that feeling like there's like high stress come the evening that can be apparent. We got to just get through it and not let it get us into too much tension. Like we got to kind of purify and release the tension, if you will. Let's see what's in the cards for today. It's kind of exhausting energy. I'm definitely feeling that. Almost everybody I've talked to on like Sunday was just feeling exhausted. Like I feel like that full moon definitely left us. Like it hit all the emotional places, and I think we're all feeling it in our lives at some point here. Like, gosh, is there ever going to be a break almost, So hopefully we can kind of sift through those feelings and identify them today, and bring that comfort into our life, and while also getting the work done, because it's Virgo season, and it's just like there's a routine and just punctual. We got to be punctual to our manifestations and our path that we're identifying with, and the things we want to bring into this life. And It's a lot sometimes. Five of Swords. Yeah, it just seems like a very mentally conflicted day. I guess, it can feel like roulette a little bit. Like, gosh, am I finally going to hit? Am I finally going to hit? Is this reality going to come into, this place I want it to be? We definitely don't want to be tripping ourselves out or just like overly obsessive over some idealized outcome of things. Like, we definitely have to be present and in the moment and just take whatever comes our way. And that's kind of the Saturn aspects, I feel like, is we got to take that responsibility for our lives and not get down about it, but own it and say, yeah, learn something. Okay, move on. King of Pentacles in reverse. Really trying to find our mastery in this physical plane is very difficult right now. It does feel like a very weird game of roulette, and we have to remember that we're creators, remember that we have the tools that we need, and remember the discipline that it takes to get the things that we do want, and to not get down or frustrated with ourselves or, start blaming people or ourselves. Like, we got to take responsibility. And the Knight of Wands. I think I love you. Who the fuck are you? Huh. Very oh, I'm getting just quick energy with that. Like, maybe we need to be, careful with things that just come into our life super quick and make sure that we are paying attention and that we're not trying to save the day with some but there are flashes of insight right now too. Why did we get that one? I didn't get a good hit for that card. The Hermit reversed. It's just doing the work. It's just putting the effort in right now. It's not about like shying away from things or feeling like we need to learn more. Like, I think we have a lot of the understanding and the wisdom that we need. It's definitely like, let's go play the game, not stress about it, use our tools, be responsible. And, I guess, the Knight of Wands upright, it's almost like kind of like, don't fuck around right now. Like, it is a little serious. So hope you guys have a great Monday. I appreciate and love you all very much, and I will see you for Tuesday's horoscope tomorrow. Much love. Peace.